just red hue, which you can see in the sunset. And then it becomes dark black, right? So if you are exposing yourself to your computer screen, which is a blue light, which is felt in the afternoon, which is keeping your cortisol up, now your cortisol stays chronically elevated throughout the night, where instead your melatonin should be going up for optimal sleep. And cortisol is going to be an antagonist for melatonin. So you're essentially shooting yourself in the foot by exposing yourself to too much light exposure. We don't think about these things being important, but even light exposure is important. And even the amount of information you load your brain with before you sleep is important too. So if you're just like bombarding yourself with all the stressful news, how ISIS is killing people, or this is happening, or that's happening, like you're gonna go to bed chronically stressed. You're not able to shut your body down, or rather, you can't really shut your body down, but rather go into a state where you're more anabolic. You're more in your parasympathetic nervous system versus your sympathetic. You're not in fight or flight mode before you sleep. So a couple of things that have been resourceful for me is, number one, downloading a program on my laptop called F.Lux. It's a great company, easily downloadable program that just automatically turns your computer into an orangish hue around like evening time. So it minimizes the stress that you have on your eyes. And then around the evening, start to dim your lights in your house. Maybe keep a lamp around, nothing crazy. Shut off all that white, harsh light. You don't need that. Begin to dump out your thoughts. What I mean by that is, if needed, talk into a video recorder and talk about your day. If needed, get a piece of paper and a pad and just write out all the shit you went through today. Because as a human being in this day and age, you go through a lot. Maybe not as much as a caveman who had to like fend for his life. That's a different game. But you still go through a lot. Relatively to you, being chased by a saber-toothed tiger can be equivalent to like us having a stressful day at work. Right? And that's how it is. But write it out. And you'll be surprised when you get these things out of your body. Like they go from your head and you transfer it into the motor neurons of your fingers, and it transcribes into the paper in front of you. Then you read it. You're like, oh, this is what I went through. Just getting it out makes you feel so much better. So it's called a brain dump. You literally dump all your thoughts onto paper. You get your lights to be dim. You download the program F.Lux for your laptop. Download a dimming software for your phone, because your phones can be freaking bright as hell. And I know people that will be in bed and on their phone, and they're holding it so high up, just looking at their phone, and they lose control of it. And the phone smacks them on the nose, and they fracture their nose and go to the hospital and have to make up a really funny excuse as to why they fractured their nose. So don't be that person. Don't be that person in bed so distracted by all these things when instead you should be falling asleep. You know, this is the reason why they call it that. You're having to let go of day consciousness. So let go and fall into sleep. And hopefully have some amazing dreams, because dreams are beautiful if you really allow yourself to just go into that deep, deep sleep. So yeah. So definitely optimize your sleep. Think in terms of optimization. Also, what you eat. You know, if you're eating a bunch of sugar before you sleep, it's going to be very hard to sleep. If you eat a little bit of complex carbohydrate like sweet potatoes and some good fat like some butter, coconut oil, some almonds, some avocado, some good meat, some good vegetables, you're going to sleep like a baby. But if you're eating a bunch of stuff that's heavy, you're going to have a hard time sleeping. So definitely change the way you eat, change the way you live at night, and you're going to see a lot better sleep. But yeah, for me, in terms of, I got backtracked. For me, in terms of what I want to implement, it's definitely the brain dump, because I remember that being something that was very useful and resourceful whenever I was starting the gym. I was like, yeah, I built this and I cut the grass, and I'm not handy at all. I'm not a handyman. I wish I had a handyman. I suck at this. Just whatever came to my head just came out. So I definitely want to implement the brain dump more often. I definitely would like, let's see, what else do I want to do? I definitely would like to do more daily affirmations. And by daily affirmations, I mean sitting there either in the mirror or when I'm walking out and about and literally telling myself these positive affirmations of who I believe to be, or or if I don't believe myself to be it, then I'm going to tell myself I am that anyway until I become it. at least to the point where I feel in integrity with it. So definitely doing daily affirmations, telling myself that I am an amazing coach, that I don't have to fix everybody, that I don't have to have all the answers for everyone, that I don't have to have everyone be perfect right off the bat. And I think that's really important for me as a coach, because I want everyone to succeed so much. And even when they have setbacks, I'm like, man, I just wish they could just like do the damn thing and follow through with some of these habits, and they're going to get there. Why are they doing this to themselves? I would get in those modes, but they can't have all the answers at once. They're already doing a lot. For them, it's a lot. And for all you future coaches out there, like, giving a client 50 million things to do is going to make them feel more disempowered than it is empowering. So that's another thing I've learned. Slow my roll down. And beyond that, I have been implementing this about 3 times a week, is some very, very deep breathing before I sleep and deep breathing before I wake up, specifically nostril breathing. So where you block one nostril with the thumb and you're taking a deep breath in. Then you exhale through your opposite nostril. So you block the nostril where you were inhaling from and you exhale to the opposite. Then you inhale again through this nostril, exhale to the opposite, back and forth. You can look this up. It's called alternate nostril breathing. It's definitely been really amazing in terms of focus, alertness, well-being, relaxation, more connection to my diaphragm. I definitely want to implement that more. And beyond that, more podcasts, more videos, more content. Gary Vaynerchuk, who's this awesome entrepreneur that I follow, talks about this. Like, he says, you think I'm just sitting here enjoying all these parties? Like, I'm making content right now as I'm talking to you on this video. And then he takes you to the party he's in. Like, right now there's a party going on celebrating the company, but I'm in here making content because that's what I have to do to be successful. And for me, I genuinely enjoy making content, and it makes me sad when I don't do this kind of work. It makes me excited when I'm making content. So definitely more podcasts coming your way, guys. So stay tuned. We haven't left you guys, I promise. We're coming back strong. The Wellbeing Podcast is still happening. We'll get more episodes with Scott and hopefully with Young too.
Yep.
Thanks, Young, for being on the podcast, man.
No worries, man. Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate your insight, and thanks for all your hard work, man. It really means a lot to me. And I definitely want us to approach the new year strong, and don't be that person that starts hot off the press and then falls off 3 months after you make the New Year's resolution. That's a bunch of bullshit to me. If you're going to start something, start it now. F the new year. Like, F the whole New Year's resolution bullshit. That shit doesn't work. The reason why there's a multi-million-dollar industry centered around New Year's resolutions. People will sell to that. Like, don't fall into that trap. Do it for you. Do it because you deserve it. And do it because you no longer are living just for yourself. You're living for everyone else around you too. Because when you start living a life in full alignment with you embodying yourself, being embodied, and pursuing the strongest version of yourself, you're inspiring others to do the same. And that's the most beautiful thing you can ever give someone. So I want to leave you guys off with a quick little note. Just in case you guys don't know, I'm starting Train Life at Academy, a program where I get to coach coaches and make them better coaches, help them step up their game to the next level so that they can provide an immense amount of value to the people around them and help inspire change from the inside out. It's a whole 360 approach of really looking at how can you optimize movement, the way you eat and the way you live to the greatest degree to give them the best result. So if you're a coach in the Austin area and in the surrounding areas in Houston, San Antonio, Texas, or even around the nation, and you're looking for an amazing program, a 3-month program with 8 modules dedicated to diving deep in the areas of movement, nutrition, and lifestyle habits, then this program is for you. But it's going to be an all-in investment into yourself, into learning, into coming to all the in-field experiences, showing up to all the classes, asking questions, getting involved, and applying this information as much as possible. So if this resonates with you, definitely email me at trainlifefit@gmail.com, and we'll get you going. We already have spots filling up, guys. We already have 2 spots filled up, so I'm only taking about maybe 6 or 7 more people, so definitely get on this as soon as you can. And once you email me, I'll send you an application, and we can go from there. And beyond that, you can check me out on all my social medias, Train Life Fit, on all social medias, Facebook, Train Life Fit, Instagram, Train Life Fit. You can also check me out on my Twitter. I've been tweeting more. Definitely got my Instagram game up more. So heads up to Scott Frost for pushing me to get my Instagram game up. I actually recently had someone who I really admire, Kabuki warrior Chris Duffin, someone I've been following, who's a power lifter, an amazing innovator, has lifted, I think, an 881-pound squat. Pretty freaking amazing. A great teacher, a holistic power lifter, I call him that. He started following me on Instagram and liked one of my posts. And I was like, what? This guy likes my posts? Like, I've been following this guy for so long. He has like 71.5K followers, and he likes my posts? Wow. I am truly honored that he liked my post, and I must be getting somewhere if this guy likes my post. So thank you, Chris Duffin, for liking my post, and I love all the work you do. But follow me on all my social medias, guys, and you can follow Scott Frost, Coach Scott Frost, on all his social medias as well. I look forward to doing another podcast very soon. So stay tuned. Much love and peace.